Welcome back. In this lecture, we're going to design the drop-down selection of this white wallet balance here. This is going to be an overlay for the user to select option from the services we have so that they can, view their balance. So let's begin. First, we're going to take our text tool and right here. Let's put a balance here for this wallet balance, with 20,000, and put some covers. And zoom in so you can make this to be bold, 16 pixel. Let's right click and go to our phosphor icon and look for Naira symbol. Search for Naira, and this it. We'll take it and put it there. So now we are going to update the color to white. Okay, and select the main frame of the Naira and just remove this one, delete that one. So now we are going to move in close to the and scale it down a bit. Select the two and align them and leave the spacing to 2. Then you can now group them together. Alright, so once you are done, you align it to the center of the frame. So one more thing, we are going to add eye icon. So let's go to that and look for eye. Then we add this. So this will give the user the option to hide their balance or show their balance. So let's also detach it from the main frame and delete the frame and come back here and update the color to white. So yeah, deleting the main frame. Now we can close here and bring the eye icon. Let's hold down our shift tool and scale it down a bit and bring it close to this. Okay, select the text and align them. Then the spacing between them, just give it 5 and also group them together. Alright, so now you can align them to the center and also select this and also align them together to the center, and the spacing between them to 15. Alright, that's fine. We're done with that. So let's proceed to design our overlay. So we're going to take a frame of width 390 and the height to 200. Now let's give it corner radius of 25. Now here we're going to select the text and write here wallet, and this should be 16 semi-bold. I think we have it for our design system, 16 semi-bold. If you don't have it, you just select 16 regular, then we can update, just detach it and update it to semi-bold. Alright, so that's fine. Now let's duplicate this and write here wallet balance. Okay, so now we're going to change this to regular. Then we have 16 regular for our design system. So let's take a frame size 20 by 20 and give it a stroke, then corner radius of 50 to get a perfect circle. Now select the two of them and align them. So let's select this frame and rename it as wallet overlay. Okay, so now what we're going to do, select these two. I think this frame is still big. Let's make it 80 in dimension. Perfect, so 18 is fine. So let's select the overlay frame and add our grid so that we can see clearly what we're doing. So now select the wallet and bring it down to the end of the grid, similarly this. All right, so hold down this and make 2 more copies. Put it here and put it here. The wallet balance to 2 more copies and put it here. Now we're going to update the text to the second one, sorry, to delivery balance, and the last one to shipping balance. Okay, so select the 3 of them together and align them to the left. Then we'll bring them with respect to the frame, and so now we're going to do this. Select the first one and the icon, make sure they're aligned, then you group them together. Similarly, the second one, align them, also group them, and the last one, align them and group them together. All right, so now we're going to select the 3 and make sure they're centered, aligned, sorry, and the spacing to 15. All right, select the wallet and also take it to the left with respect to, and select the first one and the wallet and leave the spacing as it is, 115. So now we're going to select all of them and group them, then we'll put them into the center of the frame like this. Then this is better, right? Okay, so let's add 1 or 2 things again. Let's ungroup them, please. We're going to ungroup them and select the wallet and add auto layout to it. Okay, so now we're just going to add a stroke to it, and we're going to modify the stroke to only button. Okay, so this stroke here, so select the text and the padding should not be there. The left padding hugging pics, let's change it to fill the container. That's something I want to achieve. All right, so that is now working. We're going to undo that. All right, so we're done with that. So the next thing we're going to do is to zoom out. We're going to make 2 duplicate of this, 2 more copies. Select the first one, then we'll update here to delivery content. All right, so we're going to duplicate 1 more. Alt key, then we're going to update the name of this frame to shipping content. Okay, all right, so now 1 more thing we're going to do. Now we want, if the user makes selection, this should be navigated to this, and this should also change the name, that is the title that is there for the selection drop down. Now for us to do that, let's just take our text and write delivery balance. Okay, so we can, so let's add auto layout wheel, Shift A, and select the frame, then the background to height. Now come back and select the text and revert it back to black. Okay, so we give it corner radius of 25. Make sure you select the main frame and change the height. Select the main frame and change the height to 50 so that it will be uniform with other frame. All right, so we're going to right click and go to our first icon and look for the arrow again and bring it there. So this is the one we use. So add it to the frame. So add it to the frame like this. So we're done with that. So next we're going to take it to this second frame here. So we'll select this frame and delete it. Now bring this frame there and align it to the center. Select the two and give their spacing to 15 as it was. Okay. Remember, it's supposed to be up a bit, so take it up. We're going to modify the spacing here. So let's take it up a bit, group them together. So now the text here you can update to maybe 10,000 or whatever figure you want. So now here, let's select the next frame and delete this one as well. So we can copy this and bring it here. So and just update the delivery to shipping balance. Okay. So the reason why we created another frame instead of duplicating the previous one we didn't put it as I didn't make it as a frame. It was a frame, but we didn't put auto layout. So if we are trying to copy, because of the length of the text here, we might end up doing adjustment within the spacing of the icon. So I don't want us to go through the processes. That's why I just say we should create that afresh. So that's fine. Here too, you can update the balance, maybe 250 or whatever figure of a choice. So once you are done, remember to align it to the center and also select this frame and align it to the center. Similarly, this one, align it to the center. Okay. So I think we are done with this. So let's proceed next. So next, what we like to do is to be able to connect the prototype and the overlay together. But before that, we need one more thing, right? The option that will enable the user to hide and on the balance, isn't it? So I think we're going to achieve that using component, right? So let's take this write up only and bring it out. Okay, and shift A to add auto layout first. Then we are going to select it and add create component to it and add a property, okay, which is going to be the variant. So now add another variant. Now in this variant state, we are going to update this eye icon. So delete that one. I'll go to our first Y icon and look for another eye that has cross on it. So we're going to put this one inside the frame here. So we'll bring it down. Okay. So we're going to select only the eye icon and update the color back to white. Excuse me. So let's update to height. So hold down your shift key and scale it down to that size. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to select the two together. Remember to select the main frame and delete it, please. But before you do that, try and remove it from the main frame, then delete it. If not, if you are doing layout, it will be giving you problems. Seems like it's going behind, but I'm trying to see how I can deal with it first. So now can delete this. Then we take it back. Okay, so select the two, the eye icon and the text, then group them together. Then you can move them inside the frame. But I want this and this to have spacing in between them. But select and ungroup them. Just move this a bit. Select the second one and circle like that. Alright, so now you can group them back and put them inside the center of the frame. So now we have achieved that. So what we want to get, okay, I think they are staying independently. I want them to be together. So let's select the two and think I want it to be in the same frame like this, so that if they are not in the same frame, they will not work, just like the way the first one is. So you can see they are not responsive. So let's make it responsive, please. I'm going to do undo to delete that one. So this second one, let's add. It's already in auto layout, so then this icon should be inside here. Perfect. So we are done. So they are now in the same frame. So can now in this state, now we are going to update this text and put asterisks. So we're going to put asterisks like this. Okay, so that's fine. And this way we can align them to the center, so that when the user click on it, they should be able to be moved to the high states where the balance is not showing. So now select the main frame and align it to the center of the frame. So for us to achieve that, let's connect the prototype and select this and connect it to the second frame. On tap, then should change to variant 2 instantly. Then if they tap there again, should connect back to variant 1. So I think we are done with that. So let's close here and zoom out. So this is the last thing we are going to do. So now we have some balance, and we're going to take it and put it in our component page. So come and paste it here. So what we are going to do now is to use the component page to add the balance section for all. Okay, so I'm going to take this up a bit. You're going to modify the spacing between there and here. So just give them 5. Let's see. Perfect. So now go to our assets and go to our component that we just created, local component, and this is the component. So we drag it and put it under here. Okay, select the two. Now also leave it to 15. All right, so similarly we are going coming here and group them. So we delete only the text part and go to our component as well, drag it and keep it there. So this time we'll just update the text alone. Let's put 50. So, and select the two, make sure they are aligned to the center of each other, and you can now group them back. Similarly, come and do this one too. Select the two and align them to the center, and also group them. So let's go to the third screen and also delete the balance parts. Drag this component and drop it there. Select the two, align them, and also update the balance to that. All right, so select the two now and also make sure they are aligned to the center of the frame. So lastly, select this and give the spacing to or 3, we put it 5, right? Let's go back and check the first one so that the spacing will be even. Between this and this is how many? 5, my guys. So 5 across this and this, make it 5. All right, then this is already there. All right, so we are done with that part. The next step, we're going to connect the overlay, right? So want the overlay to open somewhere around here once they click on selection drop down. Okay, so let's zoom in so that we'll take that step one at a time. So we go back to a prototype. Once we click here, we want this selection drop down to open, that is the overlay. Then on top, we want it to open as overlay, this action open overlay, and we change it to manual, and want this overlay to open somewhere around here. Okay, so keep it around there so that the user can tap on selection. Okay, all right, so now on top, now if the user select this, that is this, they should be navigated to delivery. Okay, on top it should be navigated to delivery section. All right, so similarly, come to this overlay also and select it to open overlay, back to open overlay, then we'll bring it down to where. Okay, now this time maybe they want to select the third one, so manual, right, is okay, that's fine. Then if the user click on this second one now, take it to shipping. All right, and if user select this, it should be taken back to this page, right? Then the last one, which is the shipping page, right? So if user click on the selection drop down, they should open an overlay, which is this, right? Then manual, the manual should be somewhere around here as well. So if the user click on, let's say either of the two now, so this time is going to be either this or banners, right? So in this time, user tap on wallet banners, they should be taken back to this, right? And if the user tap on delivery banners, they should be taken back to that. All right, so let's see how it is. That's perfect. Let's preview it and see how it is, and then we now proceed to the last stage. All right, so let's see that is working perfectly. All right, selection drop down, yes, has worked. From delivery, shipping, from shipping, from shipping, let's say to wallet. Yes, it's working. All right, perfect. So we are done with that. Now let's come back here. So we like this our chat icon to be here, right? So remember we fix it in some of these and since this page is going to be scrollable, we want this chat icon to be stable. So let's go and take the frame for one of our screen, just duplicate that frame of the chat icon and bring it here and keep it somewhere around in the middle. Make sure you align it. Should be somewhere around here. Now we're going to add our icons, which is going to be the dashboard icons and all that. So let's quickly do that. So the dashboard icons supposed to be fixed, so we are not adding it here. We're going to add it in the main dashboard frame. So let's take a frame of the same width with the dashboard, and the height should be 80. Okay, alternatively you can put the icons one after the other and just add auto layouts, anyone you want is fine. So here we're going to give it a partial stroke so that we'll be seeing it. So let's go to our phosphor icon and search for home. That should be the first icon. So we take this and drop it there. Remember, we only, so let's search for the second one. Let's say so we're done with the home. So let's search for transaction, recent transactions. I'm not seeing that. Payments. Okay, I'll just put this as the second option. So we'll add it to the frame. Then the next one, let's go to shipping. Don't need to close it. You can add all until you're finished. Let's add that. Search for user. So search for user. Also add it there. And metrics. And we'll add this. Okay, so now we can zoom out and go and modify this one after the other. So take it outside the frame and delete the main frame. So let's scale it to go down your shift key and scale it till that's okay. 38. Some of them you cannot get. If you want to maintain complete square, you should not remove it from the main frame that come with it. So let's scale it to 38. You can see some of them you might not be getting 38 because of the dimension. So but it's fine. Alright, select the 4 of them together and add auto layout. So this way we can manipulate the spacing between them. So let's make the vertical spacing to, let's say, 15 and see what we have. Okay, make it 25. Alright, so now we would like to, this home icon, let's scale it down a bit. It's a bit bigger. So and this user should go to the last section. Then let's smile, right? So let's select the main frame again and add the spacing more. Let's take it to 40. Alright, I think this is perfect. Alright, so now we can put it into the center of the frame. Okay, so now select the frame and remove the stroke. Okay, so let's give it a background fill of that fainted white from our global color. Select only the frame, not the main frame, only the frame, and go and apply the color, that is the fill, and go from our libraries to the off-white. So this is better. So now let's zoom out and bring this down a bit. Okay, let's zoom out now, and this is what we have, right? Okay, so we're going to bring the frames inside now. So let's take the content frame and now put it inside the main frame, and make sure you align it properly. Then you should send it to the back. So you take it up and align it like this. Okay, so I think we are done with the dashboard. Or if you notice, the the icons are not showing, so you have to send it to back so that it will show the main the icon, the chat icon, and the other one. Or alternatively, select it and bring it to the front. This one too, select it and bring it to the front. Then you now take it down. Alright, then this one, select it and bring it back. Alright, so we are done with that. So let's see what we need to modify more. So in this frame, let's bring it down to snap with the first frame like this. That's fine. Then you snap it together. So let's take a preview and see what we have. So this is what we have. Well, remember, we want it to be scrolling and it's not scrolling. So we're going to go back and modify that. So what we're going to do, select only the inner frame and go to your prototype and scrolling effect to be vertical. Okay. Then select this and scrolling effect to fix. Then this one to scrolling effect to fixed. Alright, so now let's go back to the preview again and see what we have. And sorry, if not from the initial point, the flow chart, the flow point should be from the main frame. So alright, that is perfect. So let's see if it's scrollable now. It's not still scrollable, so we're going to modify the parent frame, which is this, and change the scrolling effect to vertical as well. So now we'll go back and preview and see what we have now. So now you can see everything is working, and this chat icon and this home indicator is now stable. Alright, so now that is the part. Then the final part we're gonna do is to just copy the status icons or these ones to the other screens. That's all. So make sure you're allowing it. Similarly, do the same thing and put it here and also align it. So that's it. So if you are done like this, yeah, done. So make sure it's and change the background to that. Then can update the icon colors to white so that you have the colors updated and all that. So we're done for this step. Then the next step, we're going to design all the pages for this services section one after the other. See you in the next lecture.